Yeah, but for the most part, trying to compete in battle. Didn't like the end of the first half, for sure. But when last week went, at least we came back, settled down, got back in it for a while. Defensively, we talk about making plays. They get a good offense, and they do a great job. I think one of the keys is our ability to move the ball and not get points, because we have several times across midfield, several times in scoring zone, we come away with nothing or three. I thought it was a game that when we need to score 35, 40, 42, 45, and we left some points on the board. So put it in Bill, Clint Spade did a good job. And, lastly, I mean, I kind of feel for Mike Maudie too. It's kind of a kid, you know, we go against a bunch of the players. And I'm sorry that kid got hurt, because the kid plays the punt team as hard as anyone I've ever seen. So I just love him as a player. He like going against good players, so I kind of feel for them. We lost Charlie Love, senior, last week. Got a knee, so I think our game, it's a part of our game. I hate it when a great player like that gets hurt. It's just we wish him well. He's a special player. He's an opponent, I respect him. What you got?
Defensively, I guess, I mean, it seemed like it was a little bit better in general, but you still had a bunch of missed tackles, obviously, that sprung them for some big plays. How just kind of disappointing much of a problem was that?
Yeah, and again, we'll keep looking, you know, as we move scheme-wise, we're getting guys in the right place with the right guys. We were there sometimes. I know they had played, starting in the second half, but we were doing great coverage man-to-man. We thought right over the backer's head. It's a great throw on target. I don't know if we can be in a better position to make the play. You know, we make some good plays in the line of scrimmage. I think as we look at some things, our support with linebackers and secondary, we just lose leverage on the ball and give up some plays. I really appreciate those two inside guys and three counting Nick, the way those guys battle, those receivers. We got to keep working defensively. We're not at a point right now where we'll play shutdown defense, but we got to keep finding ways to make that as we move forward, that's for sure. It was 2 weeks ago.
All those drives where you got across Penn State's 40 and got either 3 or nothing, was there a consistent problem you felt there was, or what do you think the issue was with those?
Execution. A couple times I think there was, one time I think we were rolling, there's a play review, one time I think one of the guys got injured, and, some things like that get you a little bit out of rhythm, because we were kind of rolling a little bit, and we were just a little bit off, so they didn't do anything unusual. We had a couple score zone opportunities, we needed to be a little cleaner, and because we didn't run the ball, one of the best ways to be a good scoring zone team is when you run the ball. When the field gets compressed, the zones are tighter, the windows are tighter. So you got to run the ball, and we run the ball for 30, 40 yards. And you got to keep working to get a running game going. You don't have a real good running game, and we like to throw it some, we want some balance. And earlier in the year, the more balance we have, the better we work. When you don't run it well, you don't play good defense, it's tough to win. That's the main reason why we're on the wrong side of the ledger.
Cam goes for a 450, but were there, I guess, a lot of plays that you saw that he kind of left out there? I guess he had some.
A bunch.
Yeah.
He'll keep putting the ball in his hand, and he's got to make some plays, some tight windows, tight throws, a couple third down throws, just run past Bubbles. He's throwing some passes he shouldn't. And to move the chains, it hurts a couple of those when you get to the 40. A couple of times we had a combination of run and throw, and took a throw that wasn't there. It's just, it's give and take. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. If we didn't want him to throw it, we could call the play without it. But we're putting the ball in his hands. And sometimes, as he continues to grow, let's remember again, he is our backup. He's been here less than a year. He threw for 400 a day, and he left a lot out there. And that's a decent building point for he. We didn't play Nate today. Nate last week got nicked up with a concussion. Didn't practice Monday, was back Tuesday on. But we just thought, let's make sure it was clear to go. And there's no problems with him. I kind of he's coming off it. Why take a chance to go up there? He just hit his head on the ground as he slid last week, and he'll be good. That being said, we'll kind of both come back in the mix. We kind of went into this one. This was a problem. We're just going to ride the Cam. But both those guys got to keep coming, and we still like Trey. But I think when the season's over, we'll go back and look. Now Cam has probably started to play more football than Trey, so we have an interesting dynamic as we move to next year.
Robinson made several big plays with the DB right on him. He's just a better athlete making that kind of play.
He's very good, and credit to him. At the same time, again, when our guys are there, they've got to make the play too. So, guys, we played some man coverage, challenge coverage. A couple times we had it, play extended. We had one time they had screen and go. We had it covered. The guy broke his route off. We tackled on the 2. But again, we're in position sometimes. We've got to make plays. Sometimes we're not in position, and that's our fault, either in getting them lined up or calling better things. Sometimes they're in position. You got to make the play. And today we didn't do it. So it's credit. That kid is very difficult.
When Penn State was able to convert on that fourth down, after it was 4th and 9, something like that, it's at the red zone. How big was that play, I guess?
Well, yeah, they converted a lot of it, but that was 4th down. We had pressure coming. We didn't get home. We're in basically a zero coverage. We don't have help. And our defender got beat to the inside. And by alignment, his job is not, he can't do that. He's got to take away the inside, use the sideline as a defender, force the plays out. He just missed the line, lost leverage, and then a competitive play. Matter of fact, another play too. I think when he catches it from where I was, it looked like he catches it. There's a competitive play where he's going to be about a yard short. He also finished the play with the change. So it's a competitive play by their play. And when you win football games, when you move into the scoring zone and score, you make competitive plays. When you don't. Penn State's guys made a lot more competitive plays. As we grow, you got to make plays. It's not blaming guys. It's just you got to step up and make a play. Keep working to do it.
After the the one touchdown, you get the onside kick, and then you get a fumble after that. To get only 3 points out of those 2 series, just how much did that kind of hold you guys back? Not to be able to convert more?
Again, it was, we come out last week where right before we have to lose momentum and we had nothing in the second half. To come back and get a stop, have a big play, get the onside, not do anything, get the fumble. Like you said, we've only got 3, we tried 54. I think we converted a 46-yarder. Play call, play execution, no run game. We brought down plus 40 points on the board. And at the end, as we are there, don't make tackles, or they can make the 4th down. At the end, when we get the ball down to the 10 and kick field goals, we cross it. We have a high snap. We throw a pick on a protection right before first half. We left points on the board. We're not going to get them all. And to say we're going to get them all, we're not. But we left some that we should have gotten today, and it could have been a game.
What about Adam Pogel, the tackles for loss, especially the big sack? Seemed like another game where he made pretty impactful plays.
That's how he plays. Matter of fact, our deal, I think, we rotate the guys to keep him fresh. When he was in, our defense was completely different. And it's very, very hard to impact the game interiorly because a lot of times he's getting blocked. It's always a double team. If the play goes away from him, it's the guard tackle reaching. The play comes to him. A lot of times the center guard combos. A lot of times he's 2-on-1. Seldom is he by himself. He fights his tail off. He's one of the most passionate. He's one of the better football players I've been around. And again, I've said it several weeks. He plays in the middle when he doesn't flash. Right. He is very impactful. He plays very impactful football in a position to show. And when he wasn't in, our defense is different. That's unusual on the 2 techniques. So a lot of respect for him.
Ewald misses the extra point, gets a couple of long field goals, also recovers the onside kick. Kind of a mixed bag for him today.
When he had that streak, and I kind of knew, like I told him, I said, you're trying to be perfect. There's only one perfect thing on this world, so we don't get over it. I said, we're coming right back to the onside right now. Instead of saying what happened, hey, sorry, you're human, and we're going to go onside right now. And the offense didn't manage it. We tried 54-yarder, and typically when you kick a long kick, you can overswing and it naturally hooks. He had a great kick on a 54-yarder. Just made a choke and come back 46. And like I was telling myself, if we make some plays, you're going to make a kick to win this one. So, my deal, you respond. And I tell you, the other thing I thought was a tremendous play today was there was a pick where Kofi Hughes ran about 55-60 yards from the play. Those are signs of what I'm looking for. Mitch Ewald today, to miss a kick that meant a lot to him. We have no idea. And that kid is very prideful. To make that next kick, that's a sign of winning. Something we can go. Kofi down there, we're going to score. Had a great play. Almost scored on the screen. We blotch it up. We get a batted ball. They pick his effort. Those are things that we be able to keep talking. This is what it looks like. Don't like the result, but I like the response. That's what we're going to keep building.
That's one for Coach.
You lose your bowl eligibility, but you do have a lucky game this week. What kind of message?
Well, we don't like it. We lose bowl eligibility because of the season, the way we didn't manage it, or call, or execute, and get our guys ready to win some games. That being said, we are lucky to be in a school that has a great rival, and because a lot of schools don't have that. It's a great game. It's one of the traditional games in this league. It means a lot to their school for sure. I know it means a boatload to all the Hoosiers. So we're lucky to have this game, and I got a lot of respect for my players. I'm sorry we're 4-7, but there's some guys that have changed our program. I'm talking to Adam, I'm talking to Kofi and Ewald some plays. A lot of guys that I love and respect. We're lucky we have this week. We're going to have a great week. Move forward and finish the season as strong as we can. Came back with a decent response. Don't like the result. We're lucky to have a great opponent to finish the season off. A great rival game. We're lucky to have a lucky game. Maybe have a great week.
Thanks. The players outside the locker.